Hey guys, what's up? So it's been a bit since I've made a video. Still recovering from knee surgery, so I haven't really been in the right headspace to make anything, but I'm gonna give it a go. Bear with me, could be rambly, that's basically the norm. You should probably expect that by now. But the topic that I want to discuss today is health at every size. It's a little different than probably what I would normally talk about, but believe it or not, I feel like the weight loss community and the trans community often intersect at this point, because there's a transformation that took place on both sides. There's the weight loss community who, they might have been significantly overweight, lost a lot of weight, went through a transformation, and then they just kind of walk through life a whole lot differently. Kind of the same with being trans. Like, you went through this transformation, you're a lot more comfortable in your skin, you feel like you're living your full, potential life, or good potential life, being your true self. People see you for who you are, not, So a lot of the language that the weight loss community uses is actually, the way they talk about it, the way they describe it is a lot like what it's like to be trans. They talk about how they didn't feel comfortable in their own skin, they felt like they were just trapped in their body, and it's crazy how much, how similar those two things actually sound and feel. So I feel like they could relate to our experience, and I can definitely relate to that experience just because that feeling is very similar. Anyways, rambling. I'm also happen to be a little bit more on the fitness side as well as the trans community because of my job. I am a personal trainer, so fitness is kind of my thing. Hopefully I'll be competing in bodybuilding at some point soon, after my knee surgery and surgery just in general. But anyways, to talk about this topic, it's been a pretty hot topic in the fitness and weight loss communities, and so I just thought I would kind of give my take on it. And I feel like this is kind of equivalent to the trans topic of do you need dysphoria to be trans thing, or you don't need dysphoria to be trans, health at every size. And I think the intentions behind it are always generally good. I don't think that there is any sort of ill intention, but it kind of creates a division in the communities, both communities really, or just a lot of misconceptions, anything like that. Because when I look into what health at every size actually means, what they stand for, I can agree with a lot of what the movement stands for, and that's basically, being respectful to everybody, no matter what their size, not discriminating against anybody, finding the joy in moving one's body, being physically active, eating in a flexible and attuned manner that values pleasure and honors internal cues of hunger, satiety, and appetite, while respecting the social conditions that frame eating options. Everything they say is pretty much in line with what I would stand for personally. I don't think that you need to be ripped or have six-pack abs to be healthy. A lot of the times, you can be more unhealthy in that aspect because you're kind of obsessed with dieting and food and everything like that. I mean, there's bodybuilders who are ripped and jacked, but they're on steroids, and that is not a healthy option. There's on the other end of a spectrum of being too thin. That is also not healthy. So I think a lot of times people take the health at every size name literally. Maybe they do mean it literally, I don't know. But when you take health at every size, word for word, literal, it is factually just untrue. You can't be severely underweight and be healthy. You can't be extremely obese and be healthy. As someone who is an avid watcher of 600 Pound Life, I really think that the majority of the issue behind obesity is not treated correctly, because I very much so feel like it is an addiction. And a lot of the reasons people say diets don't work, I've tried every diet in the world, it doesn't work. It's not because it's the diet, it's the fact that it's the mindset, it's an addiction, it's not being treated as so. And I think that generally that's where the problem lies, and saying health at every size is kind of the equivalent to being a functioning alcoholic. You can definitely live your life as an obese person. It just might shorten your lifespan. It might not give you the most quality of life if you are really hindered by movement. The bottom line is it's not being treated as it should. I think that there is definitely there's definitely room for the movement of being accepting and respectful of all people. No one should ever be made fun of or harassed or bullied because of their weight or their appearance. I think that we do have some crazy societal norms of what we think that healthy is, and I feel like there should be like a middle ground, and that is not, I don't feel like, where this is kind of moving, because they're like health at every size. That's not exactly true. Body positivity, I feel like that's a decent, wording for it. Everyone should love themselves enough to be healthy, whether that means being okay with who they are in the moment. If you're overweight looking to lose weight, you shouldn't be losing weight because you hate yourself. You should lose weight because you love yourself and you want to be healthier for it. So yeah, I think a lot of the issue actually lies in the name of the movement. And just kind of the same way when it goes to like the trans community, when they're like, when people are saying like you don't need dysphoria to be trans, I feel like what really could be something better to say is you don't need to hate your body to be trans. I think people confuse dysphoria as for it means that you hate yourself, you hate your body so much, and that's not really the case. I think that you don't have to hate your body to be trans. It's almost like you're wearing an outfit that maybe it's the wrong size, or maybe it's just not you and you feel really uncomfortable and you can't wait to like go home and change into a pair of sweats. Like, I feel like that's what it's like. That's what dysphoria is. You are incredibly uncomfortable and you want to change, and you want to change to something that's more comfortable or that fits better. Like, that's what I feel like dysphoria is better described as, not as like hating your body. So yeah, I think that's just my take on it. Do I think you can be healthy at every size? No. I think that there's like both ends of the spectrum, extremely skinny, extremely obese. Like, we need to like rein it in a bit. I do think that there's like a happy, chubby place we can be healthy and active, and that's like, that's totally fine. Like, if you are 600 pounds and you are legitimately happy with your body, not like, more power to you, that's fine, but don't promote it as everyone's healthy at this size. That's where it gets a little iffy for me. Like, you do you. At the end of the day, you do you. I think we can all talk about facts and what is healthy, what is not, and as a trans person, it's kind of like, who am I to really talk? Because a lot of people would think that transitioning isn't healthy, having surgeries to transition isn't healthy, it could shorten my lifespan. Who knows? There aren't a lot of studies on what long-term testosterone use can do to your body, but the fact is, like, I don't care, because my quality of life in this moment is vastly improved. So maybe they have the same concept. Maybe they really love food and their quality of life is all based around that. Like, go for it. My quality of life is based on moving my body, fitness, feeling as healthy as possible, while also pursuing medical transition, whether that shortens my lifespan or not. I mean, if it does, it does. But right now, I'm living my true self, and my quality of life is greatly improved. So yeah, I don't know if any of what I just said makes sense, but you do you. That's about it. Don't promote dangerous things. Don't be like, yo, you can be 600 pounds and healthy. Don't be like, you can be anorexic and healthy. Like, the extremes are where the problems always lie. So let's just like reel it in a little bit, and yeah, let's all get along. Let's stop like creating division within communities, right? No one wants that. Anyways, that is it for now. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below, and peace out. I'll see you next time.